I think Thursday I would probably give I'd probably be a tie between my DFL Camillo and I think Lucas Glover coming out and firing a 66. That would be like my round of the day. For Friday, I'm no one's gonna argue. Like JT
Right.
got the round of the day without a doubt. Um, Saturday, you and I were going back and forth on this because round of the day, honestly, for me, like I give it to Batia. I know it's hard to argue with someone. There was what Danny Walker, Bud Colley, and Danny Walker came in with 66. Like it's hard to do that, but dude, Batia was off the planet with his driver, and
Mhm.
he's playing with Minwoo Lee, who what went from leading the tournament to like 4 under or something. I mean, he had a crazy round that was just high, and for Batia to come
We're,
back
we're
and like
talking Saturday.
Saturday, yeah, and to
Yeah.
only be 2 over, like that was amazing to me. And then to show the
Three
guts
over.
that he did on Sunday, that was I don't know. I think it says a lot about that kid. Um, I mean, he's still young. He's what 23, I think. I don't
He's
know.
been pro for like 7 years already.
I know you have a different thought on it, Ted. You didn't. Do you think Batia had the round of the day on Saturday, or who did you have for that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought like for Batia, I liked him going into Sunday just from what I saw Saturday. Um, he just for him, and he was only what did he finish at 10 under.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to finish,
Yeah, time
just
for third.
a few shots back, and like he didn't make a putt all day Sunday. Like he was still just dialed ball striking wise, and it's not like he was totally off with his putting on Sunday. It was just everything was like either catching the lip or like a half roll short, which I'm sure some of the guys were struggling with just with some of the rain and stuff as well once they resumed play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I in our group text, like that's what I told you guys. Like that's who I thought had. I mean, I was happy Rory won, but when play had started like first thing Sunday morning, that's who I thought was actually going to legitimately make a charge and win this thing, and it would have been super exciting.
Mm-hmm. I uh I think I like. I'm a big like drama guy. Like, give me the story. I like Bud Colley on Saturday with the 66. I think that was
Mm-hmm.
huge for him, and overall, just seems like a really nice guy, like person wise.
Totally.
And then his story of injury from his accident, having that. I forget what the technical exemption's called, but from that
Medical
injury,
exception.
yeah, like being able to kind of bounce back. I think he's been playing relatively well, probably just above average of the everyone with their cards. I thought that was cool, but I do agree, Teddy. Akshay was on my radar of like, yeah, this guy could definitely come out on Sunday and go pretty deep. Um,
I
just
also kind of
his
like.
putter
I
left
mean,
him after the third hole.
yeah, I told you guys like just commenting on JJ Spawn and just like calling him a flusher. Like after those first few holes, like I kind of liked his game. It just sounded different. Like he's got a really aggressive move. I mean, the ball speed isn't as high as Rory, right? But he just takes a really aggressive move through the ball, and it sounds different. And he was hitting good shots. He didn't really get anything going until after the rain delay. That's kind of when he started to really make some putts. And I think for him, the only reason he isn't walking away as a players champion is because they had to come back on Monday. I mean, you saw how he just kind of like came back, started making putts, and was feeling really good about his game. It's just one of those things where if you go to sleep and wake up, like it's not going to be the same, and that's what happened to him.
Cam,
Yeah, if
you
they get that,
agree if they play the playoff that night, JJ's winning?
I don't. I'm not going to say JJ's winning, but he's definitely putting out more of a competitive effort than he did on Monday. Um, you got a birdie. You got a birdie 16, especially in the playoff. Like Rory, Bomber Rory, if he puts it in the fairway like he did, he nuked his drive in that playoff. Like
Yeah,
Can you
absolutely nuked it.
can you imagine being in a playoff and not only for one, you're playing with Rory, which I mean,
Hmm.
JJ like he's a journeyman golfer. right? He's
Yeah.
not. He's got one win ever. It's not like he's been on this stage a lot. So he comes into this and now he's playing in a playoff against Rory, and Rory just fires off a 330-yard drive right down the middle on the
Yeah.
first shot of the playoff. Huh. Cool. This will be
Mhm.
interesting. You know, like
And it's not like JJ skirted into the rough on his drive, but when you're 20 yards back from Rory after you just see him hitting this towering moonshot of a drive to cut everything off,
yeah,
it's a mind game at that point. That being said, like to Teddy's point, JJ came out after the rain delay from two over par, got back to even for the day to tie Rory. Like he had the guts to get to where he needed to
Mhm.
get that playoff. I also don't want to diminish what Rory did on Sunday to go 4 under to put himself in a position 73 on the toughest day on Saturday. Like Rory played really, really good golf every day, and that's how you win the golf tournament.